Okay.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening again. I'm Darcy.
And I'm Kyle.
We're going to talk about Quality Matters. It is the name of the podcast.
And it matters.
And it does. So Kyle looked at the name of this next article and he got a little nervous. He said, I don't really know about this.
Yeah.
But if I can understand the article, then you can talk about it. So we're good. The name of the article is Lean Workshop. I'll save the subtitle. So this is a guy out of India, Sunil Kaushik.
In today's global economy, quality matters. Benjamin Franklin once quipped, "The bitterness of poor quality remains long after the sweetness of low price is forgotten." Quality Matters is here to talk about all things quality. So whether you're looking to improve your business, getting ready for an audit, or dealing with failed inspections, tune in, check us out, then get back to doing work that matters.
Sunil Kaushik. I'm trying to say his name. And he has a lot of history as a quality guy, quality and supply chain experience. So I gather he wanted to go start getting kids involved and starting to learn quality.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so he was kind of struggling because he needed a cost-effective way to teach them in something that was real life type experience and not boring. Because, I'm kind of with the kids. I find it boring. It's all theoretical.
You're fired.
And they were really a little bit too young to understand the concepts. And he had an assessment that he gave at the end, and the assessment average score was 55%. So clearly he wasn't getting
gotcha.
what he wanted, or the kids weren't getting what he wanted them to get. So then he started looking at origami, which is paper folding. Mm-hmm. And I learned it is folding a single sheet of paper.
Okay.
No cutting, no gluing. You just fold the paper. Mm-hmm. So he thought, I can use this. And so you're looking at me very confused.
I am very confused. It's the look.
Okay. So he started with a group of 9th grade students, 14 to 15 years old. He started with 36 students, divided them into 6 teams of 6.
Okay.
And all he used was old newspaper.
Okay.
And they were given a procedure sheet on how to make an origami boat.
Oh, that's neat.
Okay. So they started doing that, and that was good practice. They all enjoyed it. No big deal. So now they're told there's a customer that's looking to buy these paper boats. Mm-hmm. And they're going to pay $10 per boat, and each piece of paper you use costs you $1.
Okay.
So you're going to make how much?
$9.
$9 per boat. They were told that the customer needs 10 boats.
Okay.
And they're going to buy randomly from whoever makes the boats first.
So the faster you can make the boat, the better.
Right.
Provided your boat don't sink.
I guess. So, in 10 minutes, 4 teams made 2 boats each, and 2 teams made 1. Okay. So, then they were told to figure out how many boats weren't sold and what they lost on those boats.
Ooh.
Okay, so like Team A, oh no, I had that wrong. So Team A made a total of 6 boats, but only was able to sell 2 of them.
Okay.
So they had a loss of $36 on those other 4 boats.
Gotcha.
Same thing with Team B, and so on and so forth. It has all the numbers. So then, with that project, he was able to start talking about waste.
Okay.
And overproduction, as well as the effects and how to overcome these issues.
Okay.
Okay. So now they're given a new procedure sheet, and it's for origami pianos, which sounds very intimidating to me.
Yes. Just a little bit.
Along with specifications for how much time should take at each step.
Okay.
So now they've gotten a little more instructions, and they were given 5 minutes to think of a plan before they started. Same thing. Somebody's going to come by, 10 pianos, only sold, buy them as fast as you can make them from whoever makes
Right.
them. So this time, there was not as, like, Team A this time made 2 pianos only and sold one, only lost $9. So, and several teams had, actually, that was the only team that had a loss. Everybody else had $0 loss. So, he said an observation is that Team D figured out they're not going to be able to make the second piano fast enough, so they just didn't make it and didn't have a loss, whereas Team A went ahead and tried and suffered the loss.
Gotcha.
So the students were introduced to lead time and wait time, and every team had a higher lead time. So the first step was cutting a square, the proper square. And so then that introduced them to the term bottleneck, where you have this problem.
Very neat. That's kind of a neat way to educate them on this stuff.
Yep. So then they were also able to introduce them to value stream mapping, kaizen. You probably
No,
do or
yeah.
don't. Okay. And mistake proofing. They started generating process improvement ideas,
Interesting.
like using a scale to cut the paper out instead of having to measure it perfectly, or level loading the process steps. Do you know what that means?
No.
No, I don't either. Where one team member completes only one fold, so I guess you just pass it down the line,
Gotcha.
kind of a thing. So by the end of the 4-hour workshop, 29 of the 36 students scored higher than 90% on the final assessment,
Very cool.
and everyone scored higher than 73%.
Very cool. That is a lot better than how I got introduced to all of this. This was when I was still just the IT guy. I was still just the systems administrator, and I got tossed into it because I was the only one who understood how to use the ERP. And that was my task, was to make sure that everyone is using this system. So, of course, I had to learn about the system, then had to start learning about, the setup times and the cycle times and the wait times. And, then we're going through and trying to identify all of the processes that are done. So I went and helped different welders, and I just sat down as a welder helper for a couple of days just to learn what they did. Did the same thing with, our machinist. Did the same thing with shipping and receiving. And again, all of this before I'd even been their own health and safety or quality or anything. It's just, so lots and lots of horrible mistakes. Oh my gosh, we did a bunch of stupid stuff.
Well, this is a fun way, and for kids especially, most kids enjoy art.
Yeah, this is really cool.
And so it's a good way that they can be introduced to these concepts,
Yeah.
and learn these terms.
And it still gives a little bit of friendly competition between each other. And, making these little paper piano, it'd just be kind of a neat thing to do anyways.
I mean, you think so. I don't. As an adult, I mean, even as a kid, I didn't like art, but I'm kind of an exception to the rule.
You're just boring.
Okay, so I'm boring.
You're boring and not funny.
so-
I discovered that too.
He talks about, that quality through art works for all age groups. So then he conducted a 3-day Six Sigma black belt training focused on setting up an origami factory.
Interesting.
There were 14 attendees. I'm trying to read through and see if it says the end result was a 38% improvement in assessment results and a 72% increase in engagement level. And the workshop's total investment was $3 to procure some old newspapers.
That's really cool.
So it's a pretty simple article, but I thought it was fun, especially if you're a lean Six Sigma type person and you're struggling with how to train people on this stuff.
Would work great in a work
pull out
environment.
some origami.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, and I think about trainings and workshops you go to. It's so awkward. You don't, well, for me, you didn't know anybody because they mix the schools together.
Yeah.
And, nobody wants to talk to anybody. Everybody doesn't want to be there. Let's just get it over with and go home. Whereas if your table is given this and said, let's make some origami, well, you have to talk to each other. And then it becomes a fun thing.
well, and I like that there's an output of this that is more involved. I've done not nearly as much yet, but I've done different workshops like this, and they'll give you some little task to do at your table because someone thought this was a great way to learn, and then you do it, and then you're done. There's no follow-up step. It's like, okay, I I did this. Now I'm going to sit and watch your PowerPoint again. Like, that's boring as heck. You don't get nothing out of it.
Yeah, but you do this, and now you figure out your lost cost on these things that you made that you can't sell.
And then to go through and try to find, okay, well, cool. How could we have done it faster next time? You know, and they're getting real, like, I'm looking at this stuff here, like, you know, this is real world information. I mean, this is the same type of stuff you'd be doing in a machine shop or an assembly, you know, factory. I mean, it's the same stuff. So that's really cool. Like I say, this would have been a lot better learning experience than what I had. It was
I know it was
painful.
a simple, and this is a quick little episode, but I mean, I say it all the time about how quality can apply anywhere, and it can be made fun.
It can.
If you let it.
No, absolutely.
So.
This is really fun.
All right. Thanks for listening. Hey guys, this is Darcy with Quality Matters. We really appreciate you listening, and if you enjoy it, we invite you to subscribe. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you listen to your podcast. Subscribe, comment, leave us a review. We're happy to hear from you.